Hello, now 1:15. I've just had my 7th fish on the left hand rod, my new left hand rod position. It was my right hand rod, I've moved it over to the left now. So as I said previously, everything's been moved a bit left, you know, it's been a while since I had some action after I came back from being to the loo and having a barbecue. Must be nearly 2.5, 3 hours. The rods have been in the water and I was getting a bit itchy feet, so I reeled in the right hand rod and I was back ready to launch that out again when the left hand rod ripped off. So I had 2 rods out of the water for a while. It's typical, but it's really pleasing that I got a run on the left hand rod, because obviously, as I said, that was previously the right hand rod. I hadn't had a single bite on that all session. Stopped picking up fish on that rod. Bodes well for the remaining 24 hours or so. The other thing that was pleasing about it is it's caught on that variation of the pop-up rig. Instead of threading the hook directly through the eye of the ring swivel, I tied a length of 15-pound amnesia, very short length, nearly as short as I could get it, onto a curve shanked hook this time, with using the amnesia for the hair. Little rig ring on the hair, so that the bait is sitting on the bend of the hook, so it helps the hook to turn. As I say, it wasn't the hook I wanted to put on. It was actually an incisor hook now, thinking on it, but it still turns quite well, and I you know, thought I'd persevere with it, see what happened. Anyway, I've got a run on it straight away, so that's very pleasing. You know, that's another alternative. If I if I still keep on getting these problems with the hook and the ring swivel, I'm going to have to come up with a different plan. I want to stick to the boom section of using a semi-stiff hook length like amnesia. I think that's working really well. I think what happens is if the fish pick up the bait, or if it doesn't quite sit well in the water, it'll straighten itself out quite easily. Once a fish picks it up and drops it, it'll tend to straighten itself out. So it like resets itself all the time. It's not going to reset itself as effectively as a choddy would, but I think it's as good as you can get, really. Saw evidence of that on a YouTube video where it showed you this little pop-up rig working. I think that's the way to go. I've tied yet another variation of the of that rig again. Instead of using 15-pound jelly wire on as a short section of supple line, I've tied a slightly different rig where I've used another piece of amnesia. So it's a well, it's a semi-stiff rig, but instead of using, I think most people use pretty stiff material, I'm using amnesia instead, so it's a bit more supple than that. And I'm convinced that would work as well. So a few variations of that same theme coming through now through experimentation. I was actually going to try that rig on, because I thought that would be more effective than what is out there now, but because I've caught whoa!